Hey folks, welcome back to Bullets and Brass. Today we are doing another unboxing. Got in some stuff from Tackle Warehouse. Nothing terribly exciting, but it's worth a couple minutes of content. So my little Civivi Bread Zinker bow. Still doesn't get used nearly enough. But, you know, worth a try. First, we have some Gamakatsu hooks, 4/0 and 5/0, and these are wide gap, kind of mid-weight hooks. I use a lot of bug style baits, rage bugs. The banditos aren't that hefty, but the rage bugs, the reaction evasion sweet beavers, things like that, where there's some pretty significant meat to that bait. I just wasn't having an easy time with the regular hook, feeling confident there was enough clearance to get that around their jaw. To match those, I have some 1/2 ounce tungstens. These are black worm weights. I had never used Omega. What I liked is they have it written on them. They have the weight written on them. What is this? Oh, and more bobber stops because I just, you go through them. Replacement DT6. I don't know if I showed what happened to my old DT6. I trashed it on the lip of concrete on the walkway. I figured I should have another one. This is still the demon color. I haven't caught anything on it yet, but, whatever. Remember I said I like Strike King bugs? Well, we have green pumpkin. This is what, green pumpkin red? Yeah. Watermelon Red Flake. It is Falcon Lake Craw. On the one side, it's got like green with some red to it, and the appendages are red, right? On the other side, it's just red. And there's some flake in there. There's some gold flake. There's some red flake. But it's relatively subtle. It's not like intensely red. My thinking was, well, they like red this time of year. It's a little darker, but it's still kind of got that green pumpkin vibe. It's not a black and blue, right? It's not purple, but it's not so intensely orange and that Alabama craw kind of thing. I don't know. I figured I'd give it a try. And then the piece de resistance. 2 new bladed jigs. We've got one from Picasso, Strike King Rage Blade. And I'm going to take these out. The Rage King, okay, first of all, it has a tail already. They ship it with a tail. Who the hell ships your baits with a tail already? That comes off. It's not like permanently on there. You've got a very oddly attached skirt that is pretty thin. It's not a big bulky skirt. It's wide. But, you can see there's just one layer. But what's really unique about this is that your weight, the main weight, is attached to the blade. We'll see. That's what the whole point was. We're in an experiment. We're going to see what we get. But it was a completely different kind of chatterbait, bladed jig. And this one I did get 1/2 ounce, right? Yeah, 1/2 ounce in fire craw or whatever you want to call this for the season. So I didn't like that Mini Max. I figured I would buy something else. And like I said in the video, it's no fault of the Mini Max. It wasn't the right one for me. So this is a Picasso. And if you haven't heard of them, they are a little bit more of a niche brand, not so much the kind of thing you find everywhere. But they're not like a garage brand. They're a serious company. Made in the US, which is always nice. And this one, you've got the holes to help it dive a little deeper, but it's a big blade. Okay. It's kind of a trade-off. You have a big blade, but the holes. And again, 1/2 ounce, a little more traditional design, thicker, more complete skirt. There is a wire keeper. Use my hair as a background. There you go. It is not a hand-tied skirt. It is like a rubber ring around it. I don't know what the deal is there. It's kind of got a hollow underneath, and it looks like a fish face. So anyway, I had never used anything from Picasso. I liked the fact that it was made in the USA. I liked the fact that it kind of combined this larger blade design with the holes. Okay, that hook needs some love. The tip of it is actually folded over so far that that's not catching my finger. So I will need to correct that. That is always something you should check on any hook, any bait. Having that little tip angled inward is not a bad thing. Honestly, I think that's very pointy. I think it just folded over at some point. So I will probably use a sharpening steel, because what a sharpening steel does, it doesn't remove metal particularly. It moves it. It pushes it back where it's supposed to be. Green pumpkin tiger chartreuse. And by the way, this is the Shockblade. This is the Picasso Shockblade. I like it. I don't, we'll find out how well it works, but so that is it. Like I said, not a big order. Anyway, take care, have fun, stay safe. Not salute left-handed. Ciao, guys.